I'm from Lemon Operations, the session that we're going to have today is to talk about how we could set a channel in the cloud. So the first thing that we're going to cover is try to understand why cloud computing is so disruptive for channel partners. And that would explain why many companies that are in the cloud today having some difficulties in trying to recruit or even more to get some of the people or some of the resellers very active to push their cloud and SaaS solutions. And then what we're going to do is going to cover what would it take to set up a new distribution frame in the cloud and share with you what we could call some lighthouse strategy for new channel partners in order for you and them to be successfully selling some solutions in the cloud. Beforehand, so what I'd like to do shortly is to introduce you to Lemon Operations, but I will not stay very long because that's not the main topic of the day. Then we're going to have a chat around the channels in the cloud, and then I would end up the presentation, hopefully, if we have a bit of time, to have a Q&A session where I could come back to some of the topics which I will have talked about. So let me start first with introducing quickly Lemon Operations. So Lemon Operations is a company that is focusing on doing one thing, that is recruiting and developing channels for IT companies, mostly in EMEA, and we are also expanding right now into the US. So one of the specifics of that company is that we are not a consulting company per se, but we could qualify ourselves as to be a commercialization company. So what does it mean? It means that we just simply don't say our clients what they should do, but we do it for them. So to a large extent, we are the extended arm of our clients to recruit and develop some of the channel partners. So we address different sort of customers. We have large and medium IT companies. We have small IT companies and startups. And as you can see on the slide, we also have developed a specialty in the SaaS and in the cloud computing because we felt that that's an area where building a channel will require some specific frame, some specific rules that are not necessarily the same than in the traditional IT. So these are some of the names we're working with. So you can see there's large people, there's small companies, so we have all sorts of companies, and the number of companies that we work with having a clear involvement in the cloud is increasing every day. So that's why we could develop that specialty. And then, so in terms of service, so as I said, we do channel recruitment and management. We have a team, a large team across mainly EMEA. As I said, we're developing some team in the US. But right now it is pretty much starting. And all in all, we have more than 200 years of accumulated experience in IT channel management to cover the need of our customers. So that was just a short introduction, so simply to share with you why we are Lemon Operations. And now we can come into the heart of the presentation, which is more to talk about channels for the cloud. So we used to say that, so first of all, before we move on, I just want simply to put one disclaimer. What I'm going to talk about is some experience that we have acquired working with a number of cloud and SaaS companies. However, we also have to acknowledge there's a high diversity of application and companies and business model in the cloud. And what I'm going to say right now does not necessarily apply to all the companies that are in the cloud and in the SaaS. Yet, we felt that it's good enough to be as a massive trend, but you may find yourself not necessarily recognizable in what I'm going to share right now. So that was a disclaimer. But let me move on and say we believe that cloud computing is probably the third important revolution